Hello and welcome to Groundhog Jungle. My name's Alex Hillman.
And I'm Matt Fleming.
And this is our new format. We're now videoing ourselves because we thought that these looks would be wasted on something that didn't involve video. So that's what we're doing.
The project is, well, it started a few years ago, a long time ago, 2013, I guess.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I was in the Isle of Wight with my wife, and we got a call from Alex. And the last time he did that, he wanted to borrow some money. So I was like, oh, should I just ignore it? And she said, no, answer it. So I did. And it turns out...
I didn't know that.
Did you not? No, I did answer it. I was just making it. I was just dragging it out. And he said, I'm going to go ahead and watch all those Bill Murray films in order if you want to do that. I said, yes, and let's do a website, and let's rate them all out of 10, and let's take pictures of ourselves watching them and all that sort of thing. And he went, okay. And so we did.
Yeah, and here we are now. So the website is still up and running. I was in control of it, and now you are, aren't you? The website for which is going to be along the bottom now, and you're going to go on that and enjoy it. So in terms of what we're doing in the format, it's going to stay mostly the same, except now you can see our faces.
Which is basically that we watch every single Bill Murray film in order from the beginning, including TV movies, but not including TV episodes. If they are obscure and hard to find, we will find them somehow. More on that anon.
Yes. Talking of which, on our list was Nothing Lasts Forever, which some people consider to be a lost movie. So it's quite good that we've actually managed to watch that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. With Friends Like These was hard to find. We're at the moment, we're in a safe period of his work at the moment, where we're looking at Kingpin today. Yeah, very commercial stuff. We're not getting to the indie phase at the moment. That's the phase you find us in. But yeah, our rules are that we then rank them out of 10. We give an average between the two of us. And it's quite a fair system, I think. And it's, taken us on quite a journey.
Yes. Okay, so our first film that we're looking at for this new format is Kingpin. Now, when we reviewed this and watched it, not in that order, it was a long time ago, but luckily it's a film we know well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a film you'd watched it before, I think.
Yes.
From 1996. I remember it like Alex does from the poster. There was a poster with Vanessa Angel and is it Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid and Bill Murray all stuck their heads between her legs? It's not her legs, I'm sure.
But there's also another poster which features none of them and just her with a bowling ball between her legs.
It's basically about her, and she's not really in the film very much.
No, and also presumably they were touting her as some sort of FHM 100 sexiest sort of future star type thing, and it didn't really happen, did it? Because as far as I'm aware, she's not.
I've never heard of her in anything before or since.
No.
So it came out in 1996. It wasn't a big hit for the Farrelly brothers, which is weird. It was in that weird area of time, like Shawshank Redemption, where they didn't do that well at the box office, but you had a second chance.
Yes, on video.
On DVD,
as well. It's a really funny film. I really enjoy it.
It's really funny, yeah.
It is what I would call, it's right up there with, it's not quite as good as Dumb and Dumber, but it is... that sort of film, isn't it?
Dumb and Dumber is your high point. For me, the Farrelly brothers have gone no higher than There's Something About Mary, so we've both got a benchmark.
I mean, that would probably be number 2 for me, so yeah definitely, and this was in between, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The two of them. And it is not quite as good as either of those films, but it is pretty damn good.
I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's bold. I watched it for the second time last night and this morning, and I was struck by how, spoiler alert, it doesn't conform to the narrative you would expect. In fact, nothing that's been set up happens. Basically, the plot involves Woody Harrelson, who, by the way, was supposed to be Nicolas Cage, who turned it down.
Was it?
Yeah.
I did not know that, although I can imagine it.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Certain things, like him getting his hand stuck in the bowling ball machine, you can imagine Nicolas Cage gurning his way through
Woody Harrelson is also great. Among the others who are great in it
I love Woody Harrelson.
He's brilliant. Everything involving his hand is fun. And very sort of non-PC now, I would say. But then most Farrelly Brothers films of that era are now, quite un-PC, and probably were then. I think something that people forget about films that are not PC now is that they more frequently than not weren't PC when they were made.
Yes.
Like we're no more PC now than we were then. It's just that that studios took more risks.
You can't watch this film now and go, what? Really? It was okay in 1996?
It wasn't okay then.
Woody Harrelson to repeatedly punch Vanessa Angel in the breasts? No, it wasn't. It wasn't okay then.
Or to make jokes out of someone losing their hand in a horrific accident, or to make jokes of
but now
of Randy Quaid and his what is he? He's not a Mormon.
Amish.
He's Amish. That's the one. Amish, and there's loads of funny things. I think most of the best bits in the film for me come from Randy Quaid.
They milk the hand to death, but I couldn't stand that the first time we watched it. And I know they do.
Bone juice.
That's the name of this podcast. Right there.
Bone juice.
What's it called right now? It should be called Bone Juice.
But that doesn't relate to Bill Murray.
I just like the title.
Yeah.
But I now like the hand. I think it's hilarious. Every time the hand now appears, you know something funny is going to happen. There's a moment where I think they're registering for the bowling tournament, and an old woman, pulls his ring a little bit that's on his hand. Nothing really happens. There's an odd squeak, but I really wet myself with laughter at that.
It's funny.
Just because every time the hand is mentioned.
My favourite bit is where he's throwing the bowling ball, and the hand slides off his wrist and just goes with the bowling ball. That's funny. Bill Murray's hair's funny as well.
My favourite bits mostly all involve Bill Murray. I mean, he's the reason we're doing this podcast. He's a comedy genius. But there's a bit right at the beginning when he's having something to eat or something, or he's at a bar, and there's this family nearby, and he says hi, and this old lady says hi back to him, and he goes, "No, not you. You, hi!" And there's a younger girl, and she, that sort of thing. Most of it is improvised, of course, because it's Bill Murray. There's a dance he does. No, he walks away from them at one point, which is hilarious. And he turns back, and he does this sort of twist around. All of that, I don't think any of them knew that was going to happen.
No, he is brilliant. I mean, he's Bill Murray, isn't he? And as you say, he's the reason why we're doing this. But he's great, and Randy Quaid is great, and I think it's a confident film with quite a good grasp of what it's trying to do, and it's not trying to be anything better. There's another thing I think of when is it Randy Quaid or Woody Harrelson also said it's when you're in the presence of such great athletes, and it's like like these fat bowling guys just eating hot dogs.
Yeah, but that line works because he's Amish and he's supposed to be very innocent, and Randy Quaid is such a good actor.
Is it Randy Quaid who says that line?
Yes. Yeah. He's such a good actor. You forget that out of the three of them, Murray, Harrelson and Quaid, he's the only one who actually started in straight acting. The others all sort of started in comedy, didn't they? Cheers or Saturday Night Live. They started in the roots of comedy, whereas Randy Quaid started in quite serious films. Heavily nominated in the 70s. He did a lot of serious work.
Yeah.
And he can switch between the two, and it's a sweet film. That's what's so hard to forget with the Farrelly brothers. I didn't like it as much as I wanted to the first time I watched it because I was expecting it to be funnier. It is funny, but it's also sweet. It's also a redemption story. It's also
I think
nice.
all of their films have a sweetness, don't they? I'm doing a kind of a rom-com project with my wife at the moment, and amongst the film are loads and loads of films with Sandra Bullock, Meg Ryan, and Julia Roberts in. I think Julia Roberts is in 4 of the films. They're all 90s rom-coms, but There's Something About Mary is on that list. Because ultimately, it is a rom-com. It might have some ugly characters and some hideous sort of moments of cringe, gross out comedy. But ultimately, it is what differentiates the Farrelly brothers from, say, I don't know, the kind of frat house kind of comedies of the 90s.
From the Wayans brothers or something.
Wayans brothers or American Pie films or anything like that. Because I think there's a slight more craft to the Farrelly brothers films, not putting down any of those other films. No. It's just that they are trying to create romantic films, primarily. I think. Yeah. For the most part, it doesn't have to be man and woman romance. Yeah. It can be fraternal romance.
Yeah. Well, this is
exactly.
Or a buddy movie, and Roy, isn't it?
And and I think that is a real strength.
You just reminded me of a really funny bit in the film because he's called Roy Munson, and they really get a lot of comedy out of his name. He's really Munsoned, and they do a lot of stuff with that. But there's a bit where I think the priest says, "You boy," and he says, "Not boy, Roy." And I thought that was so funny.
Yes.
It's stupid, but it's really funny. And that's the Farrelly brothers, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, one of them an Oscar winner now, right?
Yeah,
which Peter, one? I think.
Farrelly, yes. For the Green Book.
For Green Book, which is a road movie, and the Farrelly brothers love a road movie. They just simply remake that film over and over again. They do romantic road movies.
Actually. Yes, because Kingpin's a road movie to some extent.
Dumb and Dumber,
Dumb and Dumber
2,
is a road movie.
yeah.
Dumb and Dumber 2 is a road movie.
There's something about Mary, I would say. There's quite a big portion of that.
But they must really know how to film in a car.
Yes.
I don't know what that involves. A dash cam, I guess.
Yeah, it must do, yeah.
Or, a camera set up on a dash cam. You could put this
Peter
on a dash cam, couldn't you?
Who's the other one? Peter and...
Bobby,
right. So
Peter's the Oscar winner.
Peter's the Oscar winner,
and Bobby's...
the other one. The one who just sat at home in his pants going, I wish I'd thought of a semi-serious subject from the 60s to turn into a controversial road movie.
It's a bit like the Zucker brothers, isn't it? Because one of them just does comedy films, and the other one has done like Oscar, like Ghost and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Jerry
Versatile, the Farrelly brothers. But no, I really like the Farrelly brothers. One thing to say about the Farrelly brothers is probably quite a lot of even famous film critics, I assume, imagine that Bill Murray has only done one film with the Farrelly brothers. He's done how many?
Oh, right, hang on.
Oh, I've got the number on my hand. I'll save it for I've got my fingers all queued up.
What, is it 3?
Yes.
So he's done obviously he's done this, Kingpin. He has also done I
can see you coming close.
Well, he's done Dumb and Dumber 2,
which a lot of people don't realise he's in because he's in a mask.
Yeah, an awful lot of people don't realise that.
No, yeah.
What's the other film then?
Osmosis Jones.
Oh yeah, Osmosis Jones, which we'll get to, and is a great kids film, but not young kids.
No, I don't know. I toy about whether I'm going to show that to my son, but I don't know.
I think my son would love it, but I'm not fully sure I would love him watching it.
It's very medical. Yes. It's very biological. Yes. Anyway, this film. So, have we ticked off the main points? It's good. It's really good. I liked it a lot better the second time. It's actually quite nice to the Irish community. You would have thought maybe it would mock them, and it doesn't really.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit like the Book of Mormon to some extent.
Yeah.
In that the Book of Mormon does not outright mock the Mormon faith.
It's the setting. It couldn't
really, because it's all about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bit like this, but then again, I don't think you can really compare the Amish to the Mormon, because the Amish, I assume, I don't know a lot about the Amish, but I don't think they really have any kind of religious beliefs that are outright harmful, do they? They just believe in, like, new technology being sinful or something, don't they? Which I don't really understand, but there you go.
No, but there's a really nice bit in the film at the end. I love it. I really like this film, and it took me by surprise. I thought I was going to be sort of just going, it's just another same groansome, like, there is toilet humour in there.
Yeah.
There's the milk. Are you thinking about the milking of the bull?
No, I was thinking about the cloud of shit.
Oh yeah.
What's the line? It's something like, "Wow, there's a huge cloud of shit." Yeah.
Wow, a cloud of shit.
Yeah. We haven't really done it justice there. But
no, we haven't.
Good.
There's wait, you say something witty while I just get the scores up, and there's also another line that I really liked that I'd saved on my phone.
Right, I don't know what that is though.
No, I know, but you just like...
you're getting that.
The music in this film is brilliant. I really love the music. There's a song at the end that's great, but like they use 70s and 80s, they use some really good songs.
Well, rather like Quentin Tarantino, the Farrelly brothers very much use music to frame their storytelling, and but whereas with Quentin Tarantino loves this kind of 70s funk and stuff like that, the Farrelly brothers tend to like country and western, don't they?
Yeah.
And sort of still 70s, 80s era stuff, 60s sometimes.
Yeah,
but it tends to be a bit of indie.
There is some indie stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but they've got a different sort of style to Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Who also has he won an Oscar? Quentin Tarantino.
I think maybe for writing.
Yeah.
Maybe like the screenplay for Pulp Fiction, possibly.
But they're never going to be brave enough to actually say that one of his films is the best.
Oh, yes. No, I just remember what it is. There's a man who says, "Can you get sick drinking your own piss?" and also, when Bill Murray he says something, he's giving an interview, and he says, "Yeah, I pulled out of her really early on that one."
Oh.
I know.
I'm not always fully comfortable with imagining Bill Murray in such a scenario.
Oh gosh, yeah, we've got a lot of that, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Wait for what is? Oh, speaking of is it sex? Something with sex in the title.
Speaking of sex, with him and the mother from Home Alone. There's also, just before we finish, I want to say one more hilarious thing that Bill Murray does. There's a gag right at the beginning where Roy's playing, and it pans out, and you hear the narration, and it's actually Bill Murray, and he's there. That's the gag.
Oh,
he's
right
there. You imagine it's some sort of documentary voiceover, and he's right there, and he's saying he's going to miss
it. Joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see that in a few other things as well. The Simpsons, where Homer thinks it's in the X-Files episode where Homer thinks that it's like back music. This is saying I can't speak. It's the music from Psycho, and it's like do 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 do, and it's just a bus of a symphonic group.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I just saw what I looked like doing that violin thing. That is not a violin. I don't know what that is. A violin is do do. It's not even that. I don't know.
I mean, when I pretend to play a violin, I sort of go like this.
Yeah, we both look like we're swinging something into something else.
It doesn't look good. You can turn this into a meme. It might be coming up to the time where we reveal our scores for this film.
So
we give them separate scores. As we said, we give an average. Alex, do you know what you gave this?
No.
You gave this an 8 out of 10. Does that
seem
fair to you in retrospect?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
For me, I gave it 8.75, which was higher than I thought, but now is totally what I'd agree with. I would have moved it up. I thought I'd given it 8. That is an average of...
What did I give it? 8?
8.
So is that 8.6625?
It's 8.375 according to this.
Oh, okay. My maths is
out of 10, which places it, I think, somewhere in like the top 12 or something. I might be wrong.
Shall we have a Murray mint?
Let's have a Murray mint. I brought some Murray mints here. Oh, hang on, is that corporate? Is that? We didn't talk about advertising.
We don't have that many viewers.
Look, I'm at least going to watch this. This is going to make a loud noise.
Look, YouTube will tell us if they've got a problem with it.
Yeah, they will.
That's a great sound.
You have one.
Thanks. Shall I see if I can catch it in my mouth?
Yeah.
Don't try this at home because it's a really good way to choke. No, that went too far.
No, I didn't do it from
no,
short
where's
range.
it gone?
So, Kingpin, should you watch it? Yes, you should. Would you have a good time? Earlier, we said, shall we swear during one? Earlier, we said, shall we swear during this? And he said, well, I don't know. He's just said, well done. You just said shit and bollocks in...
so right. You. Again, reprised it.
So, you will have a good time watching Kingpin. It's a great film. And I think it's really stood the test of time, actually.
Don't we have a little game to play or something?
Oh, yeah, there's some bowling here. More corporate sponsorship. I thought we'd do some bowling. We can do that while the credits roll. Are there going to be credits?
No.
We'll just play some bowling.
Yeah. Now, how are we going to do this so that it's actually... I don't want to move the camera angle, you see.
We can just... I mean...
if you get up...
I would...
Is it visible?
Look, this might just be a prop that doesn't work.
Okay. Oh, we're going to do it like just holding it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't want to put my hand down there.
I've got the Skittles in my lap. You see.
Go. That was pretty good.
4. I don't know.
4 left.
So
if I set them up,
yeah,
and then basically if I get more knocked down than you, then I've won.
Yeah. Because
I'm aiming for less than 4 left standing.
Yeah, I just had something else to say about this. Yeah, I just had something else to say about the film, but
go on.
Well, it's that, like I said, it doesn't follow the traditional narrative structure because Ernie McCracken, like the bad guy, wins. Does the guy get the girl kind of in the end, but not blatantly so? Does sort of Ishmael get to compete? No, he breaks his hand. It all sort of...
Yeah, I mean, we should probably sort of say that don't expect a channel that doesn't give you spoilers.
Yeah.
This isn't a review channel, this is an analytical channel, so you really, if you don't want the film spoiled, you need to watch it before we cover it. Right, it's me now.
Yeah.
How do I do it?
I mean, just flick it however. Your choice is your choice.
Hey!
You are Ernie McCracken. Well done.
Brilliant. Right.
Is that it? Do we end it now?
I think so, yeah.
That's a good way to end it.
Goodbye then.
Alice, I'm going to ask you a couple of standard questions.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Okay, I'm going to teach you a little something about Bill Murray.
I'm very excited. I'm very pleased. I want you to get right down there. No studying.